Yes, no. Yes, yes. Ah, ha, ha. Yes. Take that, Sloth Hugger 88. Oh, hi. I'm Paul Brandenburg, and this is Just News. Just some guy telling you the news. So first, a peek at the Middle East, where Saudi Arabia has taken yet another pro-women step in a traditionally patriarchal country. They are now allowing women to join the military in at least some limited capacity. However, it comes with the usual caveats that comes with military: height, weight, health, all that stuff, plus some special Saudi Arabia stuff. You have to have permission from your male guardian and live and work in the same region as them, so you can't be transferred or something. And if you're married, it has to be to a Saudi Arabian man. So, little bit of progress with a lot of patriarchy. And now this week, no news from Syria. Just kidding. It's still kind of awful there. Let's see, for today, hours after a ceasefire was agreed upon in Syria, it was broken. This was principally done to allow civilians to escape eastern Ghouta, a section of Damascus. The shelling literally started shortly after the ceasefire was agreed upon. It's principally being carried out by the Syrian military and Russia at this point. And while at this point they have agreed to not shell certain areas for escape corridors to open up for civilians, the civilians have expressed a total lack of faith in this. And now for that other thing. Oh, right. Biggest country in the world, China. Where they just passed legislation allowing their current leader, Xi Jinping, to stay leader for life. He's pretty popular there, so it wasn't too hard for him to swing, and he gets to join the growing, creepy global community of strongmen leaders. This has led to some backlash, though. A lot of people in China comparing it to North Korea, i.e. going the direction of dynasty. It has also, kind of hilariously, led to Xi's most illustrious personage being compared to that beloved fictional character, Winnie the Pooh. I don't know if there's a picture here or not, but I have faith in Patrick. Now, instead of being a normal person, he went the Putin route, and China has since banned Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, banning Winnie the Pooh will work. Just ask Putin how being a gay clown is. In national news, the Parkland students have gone back to school, but not before they have convinced a large amount of people that it was time for a change. Because of their efforts, Avis, Budget, Hertz, Enterprise, basically every car rental company you've ever heard of is no longer working with the NRA. Similarly, almost every business that supported and worked with the NRA isn't. Such as the First Bank of Omaha that made their official cards, and the Delta Airlines. Yeah, basically everyone except FedEx is no longer with the NRA for some reason. Dick's Sporting Goods is pulling all of their assault-type weapons as well as high-capacity magazines, and even better yet, they are not selling guns to anyone below the age of 21 and trying to pursue a national agenda of getting this to be the norm. It has even led Trump to propose gun control options in a bipartisan televised consortium? Forum. He actually proposed age limits, mental health checks, accused everyone of being under the thumb of the NRA. At one point, I think he also said it was all Obama's fault. He likes to do that. He was doing okay-ish, right up till he said they should probably just pull guns from everyone. Or at least, pull the guns before they even commit a crime. You know, that thing the NRA has said that the Democrats want to do forever. Though I think this is the first time anyone's actually done it. Or proposed it, officially. So this is going to be really interesting, I think, because Trump is desperate for some more approval from a wider base. And it's going to be kind of funny because Trump is one with a lot of the same crowd that is the NRA crowd. And he's really popular with that crowd. So it's going to be interesting to see which way that crowd goes. We could be looking at the first president to actually try to fix guns in a long time who succeeds because he doesn't care about anything else. But then again, we've seen this sort of thing before. He has the bipartisan forum, they talk, it sounds great, and then he turns around and does conventionally conservative things. So we'll see on this one. And in other news, Ben Carson, the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, is massively cutting the budget of housing and urban development. This falls in line with a lot of other secretaries of the current administration. It's just a bit alarming that he apparently doesn't know where these cuts are going to come from, or really any idea of how his department functions. He's also in a bit of hot water because at the same time this is happening, he ordered a $31,000 dining set for his suite in the HUD building. Now, this is a bit of a problem because you have to ask for congressional approval for anything more than $5,000. An employee pointed this out. The only result was that they were transferred, with Ben Carson saying, you can't even buy a chair for less than $5,000. And you know, he's right. This baby cost $10,000. Since this news broke, Carson has attempted to cancel his order. And now for the local news. In Luzerne County, Pennsylvania, a man was arrested for the truly corrupt and heinous crime of going into another man's garage and stealing the meatballs he was cooking. Let's see, Luzerne County Police have charged Lehman Glenn Robert Potter, age 48, with burglary, criminal trespass, and theft for the taking of a pot of meatballs. They say the big giveaway found Potter and his clothes, and his face, and his hands had marinara sauce all over them. Looks like he was caught red-handed. And now it looks like it's time for everyone's favorite portion, Science Nook, where we will be talking about everyone's favorite topic, well, as we warm up by the fire. Permafrost. Now, permafrost is actually very important to the world's environment. And a large portion of it, 70% in fact, is found in Siberia. And as the world heats up, it's changing the landscape there, causing a mass release of methane. This happens because the ground unfreezes, the nutrients in the ground are released, the microbes that already live there eat the nutrients, and they are built to digest, and this would be a feast for them. So they get all of this nutrients, and they crap it all out as methane. And now, Siberia is covered in trees, which have been shown to be terrible at holding permafrost, as opposed to grass, which is apparently great. It insulates it against the changes above. This has led one man on a fantastic quest of science to save the world. Now, this leads us to our next section. We're kind of combining them today, of Animal Corner. The man, Sergei Zimov, thought up a very, very practical way to deal with this. There are creatures that are built to promote grass. Buffalo, bison, caribou, elk, whatever. He's going out of his way to try to get as many of these impossibly hardy super animals that just eat grass, and as a result happen to clear away trees. They're even hoping for an astonishing thing if they can. Mammoths. Now, there are several projects ongoing to try to create mammoths. They have beautiful samples these days that they've managed to find almost untouched. They are either hoping, they're not sure which it's going to be yet, but they know they're almost certainly going to get mammoths in Siberia, and they're working as fast as they can to make room for them. One method would be cross-cloning with elephants. Just introduce to each female elephant a bit of mammoth. And generation by generation, you'll have more mammothy elephants till it's all mammoth. The other one is, if you can assemble the DNA right, just straight mammoth clone. Now, the goal with having mammoths and all these other creatures is to simply clear out the trees while promoting massive grass growth, hopefully preventing, or at the very least extremely slowing down, the melting of permafrost and release of methane. The hope is that they can put it off long enough that it won't all melt and cause the massive release of methane and a huge global warming effect. And looks like that's all the news we have for you guys today. It's been wonderful to have you. Click and subscribe if you have any complaints or noticed any of our massive news reporting errors. Feel free to point them out. I will try to add corrections next time. That reminds me. Several episodes ago, I made a sarcastic comment about the horrendous and terrible human being Larry Nassar, now known to have molested or inappropriately done things to young women and girls, numbering over 250. I sarcastically said, "Good luck, guy." I just need to make it clear, after a complaint, I don't actually want any good luck for Larry Nassar. He's a terrible person. He has done terrible things. He deserves everything he received in court, and so much more. And, yeah, that's the episode for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Click and subscribe, and throw us a like if you liked us. If you didn't like us, make an angry comment, then throw us a like.